period. Nothing has stopped. Things have changed.
आप यहाँ पे बैठ के कैसे हेल्पफुल हो सकते हो और क्या आपकी एक्सपर्टीज है उसके अंदर?
And by abuse, I meant fake documents.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन, एक्सपर्ट्स टॉक विद दानिश में आप सबको खुशामदीद कहता हूँ। और आज जैसा कि हमने लास्ट टाइम जिक्र किया था कि हमने एक पॉडकास्ट का सिलसिला शुरू किया है। लास्ट टाइम मेरे साथ बहुत ही अच्छे हमारे दोस्त और गेस्ट मौजूद थे। मॉर्गेज से रिलेटेड हमने बहुत सारी बातें की और आज उसी की एक कड़ी है, उसको शुरू करने जा रहे हैं। और हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं हमारे बहुत ही अच्छे दोस्त फैसल मेहदी और उनका ताल्लुक है इमिग्रेशन से। इनसे हम बात करेंगे इमिग्रेशन के मुतालिक। और अस्सलाम वालेकुम फैसल, कैसे हैं आप? ओके, या आई एम गुड। सो फैसल, मुझे बताइए, आप बेसिकली आप इमिग्रेशन से आपका ताल्लुक है और अपने बारे में थोड़ा सा ओवरव्यू दीजिए कि आप किस तरह से इस फील्ड में आए और हाउ लॉन्ग यू बीन वर्किंग इन इमिग्रेशन। टेल समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ।
Thank you, Danish. Thank you very much for having me here. Very happy with your studio and your initiative as well.
Thank you.
तो बिल्कुल सही आपने बोला। तो I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, regulated by the College of Immigration and Citizenship Consultant. As you know, immigration is a regulated occupation in Canada.
Definitely.
So one needs to be licensed to give Canadian immigration advice. ठीक है? जैसे हमारे वहाँ अक्सर पाकिस्तान में या मिडल ईस्ट में बहुत से लोग ऐसे इमिग्रेशन को प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं जिनको हम लोग यहाँ गोस्ट कंसल्टेंट्स कहते हैं। तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा एज एन इमिग्रेशन प्रैक्टिशनर कॉशन भी है for aspiring Canadian immigration candidates to be careful of ghost consultants because it's a serious business. I'm providing legal services just like medical services. एक lawyer बगैर license के practice नहीं कर सकता. Just like एक Canadian immigration is a branch of Canadian immigration law. So one needs to be licensed. For license, you need to be regulated by the college. To be regulated by the college, you need to pass the exams, and it's a whole cumbersome process. तो ये एक मैंने छोटा सा disclaimer डाल दिया कि it's very important for people to get advice from right resource. ठीक है? तो not to bolster myself, but I mean just to safeguard the integrity of the occupation.
नहीं, आप सही बात कर रहे हैं क्योंकि इसके अंदर जैसे कि अब मेरा ताल्लुक जो है रियल एस्टेट से है और हर जगह हर कोई रियल एस्टेट की बात कर रहा होता है, बट दे आर नॉट प्रोफेशनल, दे डोंट नो सो मेनी थिंग्स व्हिच वी नो एज ए लाइक लाइसेंस एजेंट, यू नो। सो सेम आपके साथ भी ये सिलसिला है क्योंकि आजकल जिससे बात करो दे नो समथिंग अबाउट द यू नो इमिग्रेशन एंड दे जस्ट कम अप विद द आइडिया, ओके नो मेरे भाई ने ये किया था तो वो इस तरह से किया था, फला ने ये किया था तो इस तरह से किया था। तो दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या है? ट्रस्ट मी, आई हैव बीन प्रैक्टिस अभी मैं थोड़ा सा अपना ओवरव्यू देता हूं। आई बीन डूइंग कैनेडियन इमिग्रेशन फ्रॉम पास्ट 6 years इनसाइड कनाडा। इतने लोग आते हैं मेरे पास एंड मैं उनको वही बोलता हूं कि ये वही आप बात कर रहे हो जो कि मैं करता था बिफोर गोइंग टू माय डॉक्टर। तो एक दिन डॉक्टर ने मुझको बोला कि देखो गूगल पे ना सेल्फ मेडिकेशन करके मत आया करो। यू विल बी सरप्राइज्ड कि लोगों कितने पैसे इस पे जाया कर चुके हैं।
That's true.
And not once, twice, thrice, just because they went to ghost consultants, जो कि आपको मैंने इसकी डेफिनेशन मैंने बता दी है ghost consultant की। What they do, they just give very high level superficial information. जी सर आपका हो जाएगा, आपका हो जाएगा, आपका हो जाएगा। But what they do not tell obviously कि यार what are the facts? Because you will have a wish, I would have a wish. But we need to assess it against the realities.
That's true.
Realities यहाँ है, wishes यहाँ है। कोई भी occupation आपका हो, मेरा हो, कोई और वो wishes पे नहीं चलता, वो realities और facts पे चल सकता है। ठीक है ना? तो बहुत stories है मेरे पास कि वो मेरे इतने पैसे, because again as we are regulated, so we are answerable to our regulator, and all the money, every penny you pay me is accounted for. I need to put it in my trust account, and as I provide you services, only then that money is mine.
That's true.
ठीक है? तो before that, थोड़ा सा अपना मैं एक overview देता हूँ. I've been in Canada for now in my 7th year in Canada. Before that, I was in the UK. वहाँ I did my undergraduate and then my postgraduate. My postgraduate was not in legal services or any law subject. It was in market research. from Brunel University, London, UK. Then I was working for European Commission, but immigration का शुरू से मुझको बड़ा excite करता because we are immigrants ourselves, right?
सही सही.
तो वो excite करता था. So I used to do some freelance UK immigration as well before coming to Canada. And when I came to Canada almost 7 years ago, तो फिर I realized that it's something the scale of services is way bigger. और इस पे मैं अभी वापस आऊँगा Canadian immigration पे. So I was lucky enough to find a job in 2-3 months in an immigration law firm in Mississauga. I worked there for 4 years.
4 years.
During that time, I was working full time also. I was studying full time as well. I was attending college for my Canadian immigration diploma. And then I wrote the exam. Alhamdulillah, passed the exam and then became a licensed regulated Canadian immigration consultant in the COVID days, 2020. But I continued with my employment because मेरा उनसे relation बड़ा अच्छा था with my employer. They did not want me to go. Lekin due to some personal reasons, and personal reasons are that my family was expanding, was growing rather. So I thought no, it's a good time to go self-employed. Before I get more gray in my hair.
Or even if you become a self-employed, you get the liberty. You can move around, you can do the things as you want it, so flexibility आपको मिल जाती है. So that's a good thing, and I'm really honored that you are over here in our show today. And इसके साथ थोड़ा सा बताइए हमें कि क्या कहते हैं कैनेडियन इमिग्रेशन का प्रोस्पेक्टिव कुछ डिफाइन करें कि क्या है. और आए दिन हम लोग न्यूज़ भी सुनते रहते हैं कि आज ये हो गया, आज वो हो गया, इमिग्रेशन स्टॉप हो गई, स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट कमिंग, एंड बहुत सारी चीज़ें स्पेकुलेशन काफ़ी चल रही है, काफ़ी चीज़ें सुनने में आती हैं. थोड़ा सा आप ब्रीफली हमें कुछ बताइए इसके बारे में कि क्या आजकल जो है सिचुएशन है इमिग्रेशन की.
मैं इस पर बिल्कुल बात करूँगा. तो बट बिफोर आई गो इनटू डिटेल मैं थोड़ा बता दूँ, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है.
अच्छा,
ठीक है. देयर आर चेंजेस,
ओके,
बट नथिंग हैज स्टॉप्ड. ठीक है ना, पीरियड. Nothing has stopped, things have changed. And obviously it's government prerogative कि वो strategies change करते हैं which aligns with their strategies.
Makes sense.
आप भी कनाडा में, in fact you are with the real estate, we have a real housing crisis. ठीक है ना. मैं और आप हम टेबल पे बैठे हुए हैं, हम बुफे पे हैं और हम यहाँ 20 डिशेस मंगवा रहे हैं दानिश.
सही. हम
उसमें से 4 खा पाए.
सही.
तो वो भी एक ज्यादती है ना.
सही.
ठीक है ना. तो जो कि मैं I agree with that. हुआ क्या कि post COVID or just at the tail end of the COVID, not even post COVID, Canada started experiencing some significant labor shortages. Okay? As you know, for good almost 2 years, people were sitting home, not working, either due to lockdowns or maybe to an extent कि उनको grants बहुत अच्छी मिल रही थी लोगों को. So people lost that incentive to go and work. ठीक है. अब इकोनॉमी तो चलनी है यार.
सही.
इकोनॉमी तो रुकेगी नहीं.
सही.
तो उस पे क्या हुआ कि उसमें इमिग्रेंट्स ने वो गैप को फिल किया. By immigrants I meant people coming under temporary foreign worker program. इस पे भी मैं थोड़ी सी बात करूँगा आगे चल के. And students, people who are already inside Canada. As you know, students are allowed 20 hours to work per week. So in if my memory serves me right, during February or April 2022, Canada allowed students to work full time.
Yes.
40 hours per week. Why? That was purely to counter or curb the labor shortage in the market. ठीक है ना. अब उससे क्या हुआ कि 2 साल में influx आना शुरू हुआ लोगों का to plug the gaps where we were facing labor shortages, right? Because it's a double-edged sword, kind of cut both ways. क्योंकि हम तो यहाँ Greater Toronto area में रह रहे हैं, इसलिए मैं पूरा नाम ले रहा हूँ जो लोग GTA ना समझ पाएं. तो मे बी हम लोग यहाँ इतना उसका जो एक effect face नहीं करते. But it was 2022. I was going to Ottawa and Tim Hortons was closed due to staff shortage. Okay. You go slightly north of Ontario, you will seriously see businesses are struggling to find right workers. I'm not talking about skilled worker. मतलब भी सिर्फ बैरिस्टा की बात कर रहा हूँ, कॉफी बैरिस्टा की, राइट? तो एक इन्फ्लक्स आना शुरू हुआ, बट व्हाट हैपेंड के वो जो मेरा एक एनालॉजी थी खाना ऑर्डर करने की, लोग बहुत ज़्यादा आ गए, ठीक है ना? इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर उसको सस्टेन या कॉम्प्लीमेंट नहीं कर पा रहा। बाय इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आई मीन रोड्स, हाउसिंग, मेडिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। तो then immigration started becoming a very hated subject amongst Canadians. कि यार बहुत लोग आ गए। तो then obviously as you know, government as always has opposition on its throat. उन्होंने उसे pressure डालना शुरू किया, and then I guess now government is reacting, not proacting but reacting to the pressures. तो ये तो एक current trend है। तो in a nutshell, nothing has stopped. Things have changed. There are ways to still move forward, but maybe अब मैं आपको बोलूँ कि दानिश आप मुझे बोले आपको इस दरवाजे से, अब आपको उस दरवाजे से, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि दानिश ने इस रूम को ब्लॉक कर दिया, ठीक? I just have to enter another way, right? और उस पे better way उसको मैं इसलिए भी समझता हूँ कि उससे यहाँ मैं सीधा आ जाता था, लेकिन अब मैं पीछे से आ रहा हूँ तो वहाँ मुझको एक सिक्योरिटी के थ्रू आना पड़ रहा है, ठीक है ना? So right people will always find a way. और दानिश में बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बात है, even I don't know about the target audience that will be listening, but अगर आप हमारे प्रॉफिट के टाइम से भी देखें, migration has always been a human nature, ठीक है ना? ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ क्योंकि obviously in our lifetimes which we are sharing or which are overlapping, एक ज़माने में लोगों ने वेस्ट से ईस्ट भी हिजरत करी है, ठीक है ना? Canada is a land of immigrants. True. ठीक है ना? From 1932 से only European immigration was allowed in Canada. White immigration. Okay. ठीक है ना? German, English, French. जब भी आपको लगेगा कि हाँ we had a lot of names which are similar to colonization, right? 1950 onwards इन्होंने फिर दूसरी दुनिया से भी इन्होंने immigration लेना शुरू करी है। So this is a human nature of all the, or just to and then I'll take a pause here if you want to ask me something further. Okay, of all the जो हम लोग because my target audience are mainly based in India, Pakistan, Middle East, Urdu, Hindi speaking people, right? तो people want some English speaking immigration. Okay. उस पे हमारे पास क्या option है? USA, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand. Of all the 5 options, by the way, 5 options, 5 eyes भी कहलाती हैं, 5 आँखें, ठीक है? And ये इनकी एक organization है where they share immigration intelligence together. तो अगर आपके पास you're a Canadian national citizen, आपके biometrics पहले से न्यूजीलैंड के पास मौजूद होंगे, ठीक है? तो of all the 5 countries, I still feel that Canadian immigration has a most prospect. US is a very tedious, cumbersome, बहुत long process. So is the UK. Even Australia is longer than Canada. Canada still is offering citizenship in 3 years.
सही, ठीक है? अच्छा, आपने ये जिक्र किया इस चीज़ का कि कहते हैं जैसे कनाडा जो है फिर भी शॉर्टर इसका प्रोसेस है, तो उसके अंदर लाइक आपकी एरियाज ऑफ एक्सपर्टीज क्या हैं और आप किस तरह कौन लोग यहाँ पे जो कहते हैं, जैसे हमारी जो ऑडियंस है इस वक्त क्या है वो खाली लिमिटेड नहीं है कनाडा तक, बिकॉज वी विल बी पोस्टिंग दिस पॉडकास्ट टू द यूट्यूब एंड इट कैन बी वॉच एनीवेयर, यू नो। सो आपको माइट भी कोई पाकिस्तानी सुन रहा हो, कोई इंडियन सुन रहा हो या कोई और किसी और नेशन से सुन रहा हो, तो उनके लिए आप यहाँ पे बैठ के कैसे हेल्पफुल हो सकते हो और क्या आपकी एक्सपर्टीज़ है उसके अंदर और किन किन सेक्टर्स में आप ज़्यादा काम करते हो?
ठीक है, if you allow me before that, तो मैं ज़रा उस previous argument को मैं conclude कर दूँ कि students are still coming to Canada, workers are still coming to Canada, ठीक है, visitors are still visiting, business people are still investing in Canada, and family immigration, which is spouse, children, and parents, and adoption also. Everything is in place. There are different measures in place to safeguard the integrity of the Canadian immigration. ठीक है ना? क्योंकि लोगों ने इसको abuse करना शुरू कर दिया था.
सही.
And by abuse I meant fake documents, marriages of convenience, ठीक है ना? even forging relationships. I would not rather go in the details of that, right? तो इससे ही होता कि now I'm kind of happy कि we need to show to the world that Canadian immigration is merit based, not for people who can cut the corner best. ठीक है ना? तो we need to safeguard the integrity of the Canadian immigration. ठीक है? तो in Canada we have 3 kind of immigration. ठीक है? Refugee, family class, and economic class. ठीक है? Refugee is self-explanatory. I don't need to explain. People who are fleeing persecution. ठीक है? By persecution, people who have some sort of threat to their life and property in their country of habitual residence. They can come to Canada and apply for asylum. Okay? Family class immigration, obviously, it's as the term suggests, for family. Someone married a Canadian citizen, they want to bring their spouse, common law or conjugal partner. ठीक है ना? So Canada kind of acknowledges that relationship सिर्फ married relationship में होता, even common law relation and conjugal relations are equally important to Canadian citizens or permanent residents. So that's a family class. उसमें dependent children भी होते हैं, and as you know, we can also sponsor our parents, and there's also a possibility of adoption also. Okay, so that's a family class immigration. Then in economic class immigration, obviously we have like the skilled worker, people inside Canada, like which is called Canadian experience class. Provincial nominations, because Canada में immigration federal भी है और provincial भी है. ठीक है? And then skills trade persons like carpenters, plumbers, electricians, right? So I don't know whether by default or was an accident, मेरा शुरू से focus जो है वो economic side immigration पे ज़्यादा रहा है, and more so towards skilled work, business, investors and entrepreneurs. ठीक है? So I would say that my forte is economic and more towards the business and investment side of immigration. But obviously, I mean, I do some family class applications also, like spousal sponsorships, parents, grandparents, dependent children. I did one adoption case also, by the way. It was pro bono. Pro bono, my terms होते हैं free of cost. So I do some pro bono work as well. Refugees मैंने नहीं करता मैं, ये नहीं कि करना चाहते, लेकिन आई गेस बाय एक्सीडेंट कुछ ऐसा हुआ था कि मैं शुरू से जहाँ मैं जॉब कर रहा था तो मेरा एरिया ऑफ एक्सपर्टीज वही हो गया था. When I started my firm 3 years ago, तो मैंने कहा उसी को कंसोलिडेट करते हैं, why to reinvent the wheel.
सही बात.
तो I've been doing skilled work immigration को मैं explain थोड़ा सा कर देता हूँ. Skilled worker immigration. Skilled worker immigration का मतलब है कि a person needs a work permit to come to Canada. ठीक है? Now work permit are of 2 types. LMIA based work permit and LMIA exempt. LMIA का जो interpretation, जो उसकी abbreviation है, उसका जो meaning है, is called Labor Market Impact Assessment. Danish is an employer. You want to hire Faisal from outside Canada. ठीक है ना? So you would give an application to Service Canada. I advertised on Job Bank, government source and other sources for this period of time, and I could not find anyone who could fill this position, or they maybe could not fill this position, or there is skills shortage, whatever. Then government will assess your application and then will give a positive, neutral or negative opinion. If the opinion is positive or neutral, that means you are allowed to hire Faisal. If the opinion is negative, then your application is denied. ठीक है? तो उसमें obviously and इसके subsequent एक और phenomena चल रहा होता है, that is National Occupation Classification Codes, NOC codes. तो हमारे वहाँ कनाडा में NOC codes होते हैं which starts from 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Prime Minister might have a NOC code of 0, 0. ठीक है? Cleaner might have a NOC code of 6. ठीक है ना? तो for an employer to hire someone from outside, the category should be 3 and above. 3 and above. Could not be 4, 5 and 6. Should be 3 and above. 3 का जो एक बेंचमार्क है, इट्स अ मैनेजरियल और सुपरवाइजरी पोजीशन।
ओके,
यानी कि अगर ये ऑफिस है आपका, तो आप यहाँ एक ऑफिस सुपरवाइजर हायर कर सकते हो मिनिमम, लेकिन ऑफिस असिस्टेंट या क्लर्क हायर नहीं कर सकते।
ठीक है,
because
लोकल मार्केट,
because that's too menial a job।
ठीक है,
to bring a resource from outside।
ठीक हो गया,
ठीक है ना। तो ये एक थोड़ा सा आपको मैंने वर्क परमिट का एक बता दिया। देन ऑब्वियसली वी हैव सम LMIA एग्जाम वर्क परमिट्स व्हिच
LMIA एग्जाम वर्क परमिट क्या होता है और किस तरह से काम करता है?
अच्छा, उसमें दानिश ये होता है कि जो LMIA बेस वर्क परमिट है, दे कम अंडर TFWP,
ओके,
टेम्पररी फॉरेन वर्कर प्रोग्राम।
ठीक है,
ये गवर्नमेंट ऑफ कनाडा का डोमेस्टिक प्रोग्राम,
सही,
ठीक है ना, इंटरनल प्रोग्राम है। जो LMIA एग्जाम वर्क परमिट है वो इंटरनेशनल ट्रीटीज जो कनाडा ने साइन करी हुई है, NAFTA, जो कि अब वो उसको CUSMA भी कहते हैं, which is Canada, USA and Mexico, ठीक है, एक वो इंटरनेशनल ट्रीटी है। फिर कनाडा ने ट्रीटी साइन करी हुई है कंट्रीज के साथ, which is under international mobility program।
ठीक,
तो उस ट्रीटीज के बिहाफ पे कनाडा has to keep their side of the bargain।
ओके,
तो अगर कोई एक US नेशनल है, उससे एक हमारा एक रेसिप्रोकेट है रिलेशन कि Canadians can open businesses in USA
ओके,
and subsequently US citizens can also operate in Canada।
ठीक है,
इस दूसरे मुल्कों के साथ भी ट्रीटी साइन है,
सही,
इंडिया, पाकिस्तान, कोरिया, यूरोपियन यूनियन, ठीक है। तो if someone has a parent company in Pakistan, ठीक है, they can open a Canadian subsidiary,
okay,
and the person could be transferred from parent company to Canadian subsidiary। अब उसमें MNC का भी एक element आ गया है, and this whole work permit is LMIA exempt। उसमें LMIA नहीं required है because it's a part of international treaty। तो my forte, as I said, is LMIA based work permits, where I work with employers who are in need of skilled work। Then obviously intra-company transferee, जो कि आपको मैंने थोड़ा सा उसको explain किया है। I've also deal with a C10 significant benefit work permit।
okay,
इसका premise ये है that you are an IT expert or a finance expert from outside Canada in Oman or somewhere, right?
Anywhere.
Right, and you have X numbers of experience।
okay,
So you can incorporate a company in Canada, जो कि Canadian law आपको permit करता है to open a company in Canada, and you can get a work permit, again LMIA exempt work permit, based on the premise that the company that you're setting will generate significant economic benefits for Canadians।
okay,
ये आता है under IRPR 205 subsection A। IRPR is Immigration Refugee Protection Regulations। तो उसका section 205 subsection A हमको allow करता है कि if you can prove to the visa officer कि your business plan or your company will generate economic benefits for Canadians, you're allowed to come to Canada because Canada encourages।
so they can come and they can start their own business?
They can start their own business।
That's nice।
They can start their own business, but the business plan needs to be thorough where our expertise come।
ठीक है,
कि you will generate economic benefits for Canadians। Those economic benefits are that you'll be transferring your skills to Canadians, you'll be bringing investment in the economy, and most importantly, जिसका सबसे ज़्यादा weightage होता है कि your proposed business will be generating jobs for Canadians, job creation, ठीक है ना। तो ये this is the another part of which are।
फैसल, ये बताइए जैसे कि अगर लोग करना चाहते हैं, जो IT वाले हैं या इस प्रोफेशन से ताल्लुक रखते हैं, वो यहाँ पे आके अपना बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना चाहते हैं, तो डू दे नीड टू शो सम अमाउंट ऑफ मनी, लाइक कुछ पैसे शो करने पड़ेंगे इनको, कितना होना चाहिए और क्या उसका क्राइटेरिया? कोई
very good question and unfortunately I do not have a clear answer to that।
okay,
और ये I guess it's that's how law kind of works, because there are always gray areas in law। Nothing is black and white। तो unlike express entry, जो कि express entry by the way is the most popular pathway for permanent residence, right? तो express entry में हमको एक chart दिया हुआ है,
ठीक है,
कि if you're a family of 2, this much funds you need। You're a family of 6, you need this much funds। इसमें कोई funds की requirement,
अच्छा,
इस पे law कहता है sufficient funds।
okay,
Now your definition to sufficient funds is different from mine.
ठीक हो गया.
You might say $50,000. मैं say 5,000 भी sufficient है.
हो सकता है.
ठीक है ना? तो again it varies from case to case.
ठीक है.
And based on the merits and how we are presenting the case.
सही.
अगर मैं कह रहा हूँ कि I can generate economic benefits for this amount of dollar. So that's sufficient.
That's true.
तो again इसका मैं आपको आंसर क्लियरली नहीं दे सकता. But obviously it varies from the applicant to applicant and what their business plan और business plan अगर हम बनाएंगे business idea क्या है.
सही है.
ठीक है ना? तो yeah, but what I can say कि वो investment required नहीं होती है.
Okay.
You just need to prove to the visa officer कि you have sufficient funds to sustain your business in its formative months.
ठीक है. Business and the family as well, like you can survive by yourself as well. Thank you so much, Faisal. You provided tons of information to our listeners, and I think it's gonna be overwhelming, and it will take some time to digest to everyone. And the main thing we need, like our listener needs from the consultant or like immigration consultants, they need a value. ठीक है. तो वैल्यू कहाँ से मिलती है? जब आप किसी स्पेशलिस्ट से बात करते हो, they know the things. So they are the right people to provide you the value, and you're one of them, mashallah. And so tell our listeners like how you can provide the value, and tell us something about your firm as well. And you have already mentioned your expertise and everything. So yeah, just provide some information about yourself and your firm, so they can contact you, how they can contact you, and how you can provide them a value.
Thank you, Danish. It was indeed a pleasure to share this platform with you.
Thank you.
I do not consider myself, by the way, any expert of immigration. I'm still learning. And that's what I feel that, I mean, trust me, I've done over 117 applications related to skilled work, all approved.
Mashallah.
But trust me, every application teaches you something new.
True.
I cannot say that all 117 have been identical.
Sahi.
There have been something new to learn even from
always
after 6 years.
Sahi.
So I don't consider myself as an expert. My firm name is Actus Immigration. It's ACTUS. Actus is a Latin word, which means actions. Right. So Actus Immigration and Naturalization Services. A long name. Naturalization का मतलब है to acquire citizenship. ठीक है. So in Canada, there are only two ways to be a citizen, either by birth or you naturalize to be a Canadian citizen.
True.
So that's the firm name. I'm primarily based in downtown Toronto, Bay Street, Queen and Bay, right across Nathan Phillips Square. So that's the primary location. But we also have an office in Oakville. And soon we'll be adding Ottawa as well. So that's the firm. We are a team of 7 members, including myself. So that's the firm. And while just speaking to you and on this parting note, it came to me, maybe we can maybe have this idea of maybe a promo code probably. I mean, agar someone contacts me through this platform, maybe we can use some codes to maybe distinguish them. Sure. And maybe I can provide them some preferential services and maybe
that would be great,
maybe some free initial consultation, because typically I charge for my consultation. But if someone contacts me or the firm from this platform, we'll be happy to offer first initial consultation.
Thank you so much for providing a value to our clients, definitely. And ज़्यादा just अपना कोई contact information वगैरह अगर provide कर दें, अगर कोई आपको reach out करना चाहे, कोई website या email address or phone number, so they can contact you easily.
The website of my firm is www.actusimmigration.ca. One word. www.actusimmigration.ca. Quite simple. My business number is with the area code 1 Canada, 905-749-6465. Website पे हमारा email भी है, which is info@actusimmigration.ca. So those are the I guess contact information. and I've already mentioned about the location. It will be either I've also shared my direct number. Otherwise, they can also contact my team members who will be happy. Our turnaround time for all the queries are within 24 hours.
Amazing. Okay, thank you so much, Faisal, for being here with us, and it was really honor to talk with you regarding the immigration process, and it shows like you have tons of knowledge. Hopefully जो हमारे viewers हैं उनसे फ़ायदा उठा सकेंगे, और अगर आपको कोई question है regarding immigration process or anything like you're going through and you have a question or consultation you want, as Faisal said, he will be providing you the first consultation for free, and you just need to refer this podcast that you watched, and definitely he will help you out. ये थी हमारी आज की पॉडकास्ट, और होपफुली आपको इससे फ़ायदा हासिल हुआ होगा, और इसी तरह की और पॉडकास्ट लेके हम इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट वीक दोबारा हाजिर होंगे और दोबारा किसी एक्सपर्ट से बात करेंगे. तब तक के लिए हमें इजाज़त दीजिए. थैंक यू सो मच. अपना ख्याल रखिएगा, अपने प्यार का ख्याल रखिएगा. थैंक यू. अल्लाह.